Apple has come up with its latest iPhone 13 series. Is it really worth your money? Is it something that you should upgrade to? Who should buy the iPhone 13, especially the Pro Max? We will address these questions in this review video. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is the flagship of Apple's flagships. It is the latest phone from Cupertino, which tries to show or showcase what Apple has to offer. But compared to the iPhone 12, it's not such a big upgrade. So while it has a very powerful A15 Bionic processor inside and some superb camera capabilities with better battery life and a better display, it is not really pushing a lot of new features or features that you would have expected Apple to blow your mind away with. But what is really good about the iPhone 13 Pro Max? Let us look at that first. Let's look at the name. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is ideally for people who are going to use the Pro part of the phone. So if you are a regular phone user, there is no real reason for you to buy a Pro Max. The Pro Max is for people who want to use their iPhone for things other than what a smartphone is usually used for. This is the phone you will get if you are using a phone as your primary recording device for video. That is where new features like the cinematic mode really blow away your mind. What does the cinematic mode do? The cinematic mode is able to locate different subjects on a screen and change the focus from one in the foreground to the one in the background automatically as the person in the foreground maybe looks away. That is a regular cinematic experience that you would usually see directors put in with the camera being toned away from one subject to the other. Here, Apple, having read all the algorithm, seen a lot of the cinemas where this technique was used, is now built it into an algorithm where the computing of the camera decides that it's time to move away the subject. That is really mind-blowing stuff. But again, this is not something you will use in real life or on a day-to-day basis. But if you are the sort of person who uses the iPhone for creating a video which you want to put on YouTube or maybe even do something better with it, this is the kind of feature that you are really looking for. And this is computational photography at its best. The other aspect that's really good with the new iPhone 13 Pro is the macro camera. Now, what has Apple done is very different from how macro cameras in Android devices have been doing for a few years now. What Apple does is that when you start going near a subject, Apple automatically switches to the ultra wide and uses the macro camera there. So you can see as you move towards the subject, you can see the camera shift, and then it gives you this mind-blowing macro with superb detail, even in a little bit of low light. And that is very good. So you really don't have to think about switching on the macro camera. Even when you're shooting video and you're moving in, it just switches automatically. And that, I think, is a very good execution of the macro camera abilities that Apple is showing. The other thing which is new and is going to make an impact in some people's lives is the ProMotion display. What is the ProMotion display? ProMotion display is the phone's ability to decide what is the refresh rate needed for a certain program. So if you are on an email, it will just give you 10 Hertz display. And as you move to a game, maybe playing something on arcade, it will go to 120 Hertz display. But unlike what Android phones have been doing for a couple of years, what Apple is doing is that it's not giving users any control. It decides for itself. So it's like users don't have to figure out that this needs 60 Hertz and then forget and keep on running at 60 Hertz every program that maybe just needs 10 Hertz. So Apple is taking away that confusion from the users and going to use its processor to decide what is best where. And the way Apple has done it, it's very smooth. You really don't see it with the naked eye, but the experience is superior wherever it is. And the other thing that is interesting here is that when you move from a dead screen or a static screen to something that needs a 120 refresh rate, you don't realize that it's actually gone from 10 to 120 Hertz. It happens in a slight second and it's amazing work. But if you are a developer, you have the ability to say that in this screen I want 10, this screen I want 30, and this screen I want 120. But again, as a user, you really don't have to bother about it. That is the way Apple is looking at it. And that's very different from how Android has been perceiving adaptive refresh rates. Overall, with all these features, you would expect the phone to be a power guzzler. Now, the other thing that Apple has done with the iPhone 13 series, especially the 13 Pro Max, is that the battery life is now at least 2.5 hours more than before. This phone was charged 2 days back and still has about quarter of the battery left. It's not really been on network all the time, but still I have done a lot of camera testing, lot of gaming, all of that with this phone, and it's still holding forth. In regular life, when I used it with the network on 4G, it gave me easily 24 hours plus. So if I leave home at around 8 a.m. in the morning with the phone fully charged, I need to charge it maybe next day morning. In Apple phones, you would remember that earlier, by the time you reach back home in the evening, you would have almost died out. Or on a day when you had to maybe go to a restaurant for a dinner meeting post work, you would be looking for a charger somewhere. That is one headache Apple has taken away from your life with the iPhone 13 series. And the good thing here is that it's happening despite all the new features coming in. So who should buy an iPhone 13 Pro Max? It's really not a great upgrade if you are on the 12 Pro series or on the 10 series. If you're on anything older, I think this is a great phone to go for. Even on the 10, if you're on the 10s, for instance, just skip this one or this year. But if you're on something that's older than 2 years, then this iPhone 13 Pro series makes a great upgrade for you, and you will really see a huge change in your experience, and that is what really matters. In phones that came out since 2019, that experience will not really blow you away unless you're going into the camera or you really can make out the difference in the screen refresh rate. Overall, the iPhone 13 Pro is the best camera phone or the best processor phone you can buy for your creative uses. Remember, whatever you shoot in cinematic mode, for instance, on the Pro, can be edited on the phone. Can you think about a phone that can change a 4K video focus as you edit it on the phone? So these kind of features make the iPhone 13 Pro a superb buy for people who are in the Pro mode. And I wouldn't really recommend it for everyone. Use it if you are a pro too.